Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my new Black Adam movie video. There were a couple of big Justice Society casting announcements recently, so we'll break it down. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We'll do a new Amazon giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and let me know who else you want to see show up during the Black Adam movie. I know everybody's hoping for Henry Cavill's Superman with the announcement about him appearing in future DC movies in a couple different cameo roles. Henry Cavill also addressed that directly because there have been a lot of rumors about what's happening with the future of the Man of Steel and the Superman solo movies, so we'll talk about that during the video too. But big stuff first, they just announced that Noah Centineo is actually going to be playing Atom Smasher in the Justice Society during the movie, just confirming all the Justice Society comments that have been made. There are going to be a couple twists with the story for the Justice Society because they're trying to be as comic book accurate as possible, so I'll explain how that's going to work. Because as you can see, Noah Centineo looks like a pretty young dude, so he makes it seem like the Justice Society hasn't been around that long, when in fact the Justice Society that we'll meet during the movie is actually just going to be the new version of the team reforming after going dormant for a long time. So there'll be an older version of the Justice Society that used to exist long before the Justice League ever came together, before Superman ever came to planet Earth, before Batman donned the cape and cowl. You can't really count Wonder Woman though, because she's been around for thousands of years. If you don't remember Atom Smasher, they actually did a version of that character on the Flash TV show during Season 2, Episode 1, played by Edge himself. Basically a character that grows really big and really strong.
Showtime.
If you don't know who Noah Centineo is, he's been doing a bunch of Netflix projects recently, so he's kind of blown up in the public limelight. He's also supposed to play He-Man in the upcoming live-action Masters of the Universe movie that they've been trying to make for the last couple of years. But with the exception of that big Justice League Darkseid War flashback with a giant team-up, the Justice Society of the DCEU will be canonically the first real superhero team to come together. Just a couple months ago, The Rock was doing interviews saying, yes, we will introduce the Justice Society during the movie, so if there were any question about that, The Rock himself has been talking about this. Now they're just confirming some of the castings and announcing who the characters are going to be. Within that same quote, he also addresses the other big DC characters. He's saying that they're on his radar. He's talking about the big trinity, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and then of course the Flash, Aquaman. So even though the Justice League as a team isn't supposed to appear during the Black Adam movie, they will address those characters in some way. They've been doing a version of the Justice Society team on the Stargirl TV show. They've been syndicating that on the DC streaming service, and the CW picked up the show too. It's actually moving to the CW for season 2. But if you haven't seen it, it's the closest thing we have to a version of the Justice Society in live action right now.
Starman! I told you to wait in the car!
As you can see, that show's doing most of the original team members. There's a lot of Easter eggs. They haven't completely finished the season yet, so they haven't revealed who their new version of Green Lantern's going to be, who's going to wear the helmet of fate, what's going on with Dr. Fate in general. A lot of it's brand new. There hasn't been a lot of Justice Society in live action since Smallville, and that was actually a long time ago. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but you may remember they did a version of that during a big two-parter. Right now, reportedly, the Justice Society characters that the Black Adam movie will feature in some way are Atom Smasher, obviously because of Noah Centineo, Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Stargirl, the Alan Scott Green Lantern, of course, Cyclone, who's a relatively minor character, maybe Hawkgirl, and maybe the Jay Garrick Flash. But that would also be one of those situations where you sort of tie that to the Flash character because we have the Flashpoint movie that they're still intending on making. Everyone went crazy a little while ago when they announced that Michael Keaton was coming back as his Batman from the Tim Burton Batman movies to be a Batman from the multiverse so that they're not completely retconning Ben Affleck's Batman. There's a whole lot of Batman stuff that's going to be happening next year. They'll be filming the Flash movie, so we'll get way more details on what's going on with Michael Keaton's Batman coming back. But you can kind of see now how the Black Adam movie is slowly building connections to other DC movies besides the Shazam movies because it's a direct spin-off of the Shazam movie. If they're going to do a version of the Jay Garrick Flash, my assumption right now is that they'll just explain it the same way they explain the Justice Society. Like, how come they haven't addressed this before? How come we're just now finding out about it? Well, reportedly, the story is the classic team, the original version, helped the younger version of the wizard Shazam trap Black Adam a long time ago. The team was shattered, and they basically went dormant for a long time. Eventually, Black Adam escapes in present day, and a new team has to reform the Justice Society and help take him down. But here's the thing, Black Adam isn't supposed to be the main villain of his own movie. He's supposed to be the protagonist, more of like an anti-hero character. So they'll probably just have a lot of fun with that. The whole idea that the Justice Society thinks that he's the villain and tries to stop him, but the movie portraying him as more of the hero. The whole problem with that is that you just have to make him sympathetic. You have to explain what happened to his wife. I've done a couple videos about his backstory in the comics and how they're adapting versions of Black Adam the Dark Age from the comics. That's just about how he tries to get his powers back and tries to resurrect his dead wife. The Rock himself actually started developing the Black Adam movie long before they decided to do a Shazam movie, and originally he was going to debut during the first Shazam movie. But the way The Rock tells it is that when they were initially developing the movie years ago, because he's tried to do Black Adam for the last 10 years, that's how long he's been Black Adam. He said that there was just way too much story to cover. They couldn't do the Black Adam origin story and the Shazam origin story in the same movie and have it feel like a coherent story. So they just decided to split them into two different movies and went with the Shazam movie first to explain who Shazam was and then explain who Black Adam was. It also doesn't help that The Rock has like a billion other movies that he's making, so there's been a lot of stuff that's gotten in the way of them actually doing the Black Adam movie, but they are going to start filming it later this year. It's supposed to come out December 2021. There was also a report recently that they're going to try and develop a spin-off movie for the new version of the Justice Society with the characters that they introduced during the Black Adam movie if things go well with the Black Adam movie. A lot of it just depends on how it does at the box office. Worst case scenario, The Rock is really good at getting people into theaters, so the movie will probably do at least Venom numbers, if not better. I think that's a good comparison to make because they turned Venom, a villain from the comics, into more of an anti-hero with Tom Hardy's version of the character, and it actually did really well at the box office. But as for the big Superman crossover, you guys probably saw earlier today, Henry Cavill was posting video of himself building a superhero PC during the quarantine lockdown period. He's been doing a bunch of Superman Justice League interviews recently. What he said, though, is that a lot of people aren't 100% correct on all the Superman rumors about what he's working on behind the scenes, what Warner Brothers is working on in terms of the future of the Superman character. He didn't really clarify what's correct and what's wrong, but right now the report is that he's working on coming back for a couple of minor roles in crossover films, and eventually, maybe if things go well with those movies, he will eventually do a new Superman solo movie. When Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, Variety, all the big Hollywood trades were reporting about the future crossover movies that he was negotiating for, they mentioned the Flashpoint movie, the Black Adam movie, that's why you've been seeing all the fan art of Superman versus Black Adam, Shazam 2, and Aquaman 2. So that's why you've probably been hearing a lot about those movies in particular, but I think right now it's still up in the air, and when he says that people aren't 100% correct on what's going on behind the scenes, I think what he's mostly talking about is the movies in question and what his appearances would look like when he does show up as Superman. So hopefully they'll make some big announcements about that around DC Fandome next month when they do all the big Comic-Con panels. Most of the big hype around that event is going to be focused on the Justice League Snyder Cut, just because it's one of the next really major movies that DC is releasing, even though it's releasing it in a really creative way on HBO Max. I've already done a bunch of videos about that. Then there's Wonder Woman 1984, which is still supposed to come out in October right now. Hopefully that date sticks and they don't have to delay it even more. There's a lot of question about what's happening with movie theaters for the rest of the year. There is a brand new Superman Man of Tomorrow movie that DC just released. If you're looking for new DC content, I recommend checking it out. It's a totally different animation style, and if you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check out Justice League Apocalypse War. Probably one of the best DC animated movies the last couple of years. But that movie is meant to be the end of that line of continuity with that version of the Justice League and those voiceover actors in the DC animated universe. So while the new DC animated movies will have slightly different animation style, and there'll be different voiceover actors playing the main characters like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. But everyone, let me know in the comments, what are you most excited to see in the Black Adam movie? I really just want to see The Rock just start pounding the crap out of a bunch of big DC characters. I can't wait to see The Rock's Black Adam versus Hawkman. While you wait for everything, click here for that really cool video of Henry Cavill building that custom gaming PC during the lockdown. And click here for that last big Justice League Snyder Cut trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.